Tonight, the family of the victim shot in an officer-involved shooting on Friday morning is speaking out, naming 26-year-old Breonna Taylor as the woman who died when officers say they were executing a drug search warrant. Police say when they arrived to the Springfield location and entered the home, they were met with gunshots. They returned fire, killing Breonna. Breonna's family, however, says officer count does not show the whole picture. They claim officers were looking for someone who didn't live at the home or had any connection to the victim.
She's already was accomplished certified CMT for the city of Louisville. She currently works for Louisville Health as a emergency technician, and this is not a woman who would sacrifice her life and her family morals and values to sell drugs on the street.
The family also claims Kenneth Walker, who's now facing attempted murder charges of a police officer, shot at officers in self-defense and is a registered gun owner. Police say that their public integrity unit is currently investigating.
Welcome back to Real Talking Healthy Food. It's your girl coming to the room. Liking, subscribe if you rock with me, and let's get into the action. I'm going to read this article directly from the Courier Journal, which is a newspaper in Louisville, Kentucky. And it goes as follows. Breonna Taylor, 26, was shot 8 times. 8 times. By Louisville Metro Police officers who entered her apartment around 1 a.m. March 13th. Police have said the officers were serving a search warrant as part of a narcotics investigation, but no drugs were found at the home. So them bitches ain't even doing their fucking job. Kenneth Walker, Taylor's boyfriend, was with her in the bed when he shot with her in the bed when police entered the home, and police say he shot an officer. He faces criminal charges of first-degree assault and attempted murder of a police officer, but no drug charges. Taylor had no criminal record. Her family is calling on lawyer Benjamin Crump, a Tallahassee, Florida-based attorney who has become known for his involvement in high-profile cases of Black Americans killed in controversial shootings, including Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown Jr., and Tamir Rice. Crump also is representing the family of Ahmaud Arbery, and a 25-year-old Black man who was shot and killed by 2 white men in South Georgia in late February. In an announcement Monday morning, Crump called Taylor's death inexcusable and said no one from Louisville police has been held accountable for her death. We stand with the family of this young woman in demanding answers from the Louisville Police Department. Despite the tragic circumstances surrounding her death, the department has not provided any answers regarding the facts and circumstances of how this tragedy occurred, nor have they taken responsibility for her senseless killing. Crump joins local attorneys Sam Aguiar and Lonita Baker in representing the family. I know that's right, Sam Aguiar. I know that commercial. Aguiar told the Courier Journal on Monday that people across the country are demanding justice on this case, and they have good reason. LMPD has tried to sweep this under the rug. The family right now has a very understandable desire to know the full circumstances of what went on that night. A spokesperson for LMPD declined to answer Courier Journal questions about the case, citing an ongoing internal investigation. We held a press conference about the shooting when it occurred to detail what we were able. The public integrity investigation remains ongoing. Therefore, it would not be appropriate for us to comment. According to the lawsuit, LMPD executed at least 2 search warrants, including one at Taylor's home, in the early morning of March 13th in an attempt to locate a suspect named Jamarcus Glover. But police had already located him at his home and detained him before executing the warrant at Taylor's residence, the suit says. Glover's home is more than 10 miles from Taylor's home on Springfield Drive. Records show he faces drugs and gun charges. At 12:40 a.m., LMPD Sergeant Jonathan Mattingly and officers Brett Hankinson and Miles Cosgrove entered Taylor's residence without knocking or identifying themselves as police. According to the suit, which cited statements from multiple neighbors, Taylor and Walker were awakened by the officers' entry and believed their home was being broken into. Robert Eggert, a defense attorney for Kenneth Walker, has previously said his client fired one shot, hitting Sergeant Mattingly. The suit states that Walker has a license to carry and kept firearms in the home for protection. For bitches like you. The lawsuit alleges that police fired more than 20 rounds into Taylor's home. They get more and more bitch made every day. They're just a bunch of faggots with suits on. A drill team, if you will. Striking objects in the living room, dining room, kitchen, bathroom, both bedrooms, and into an adjacent residence where a 5-year-old child and pregnant mother were present. I'm about to start doing reality TV because this is. Breonna had committed no crime, posed no immediate threat to the safety of the defendants, and did not actively resist or attempt to evade arrest prior to being repeatedly shot and killed by the defendants. The suit alleges wrongful death, excessive force, and gross negligence on the part of the officers. It seeks compensatory and punitive damages, as well as legal fees through a jury trial. Taylor's family members said she was kind, hardworking, and honest, and that they were angry that she was dead at the age of 26. The Jefferson County coroner confirmed she was killed in the shooting. She really did not deserve to have her life ended so horrifically, her aunt Bianca said. She said Taylor became a certified EMT in 2017 and loved her work as a part-time nurse at Norton Healthcare and an ER technician at the University of Louisville Health Jewish East. After the shooting initially occurred, police described Taylor as a suspect. No body camera footage is available because officers in the criminal interdiction division who conducted the search warrant do not wear motherfucking cameras. LMPD Chief Steve Conrad previously said Mattingly, the injured officer underwent surgery, and Walker was in turn charged with attempted murder and assault. No drugs were recovered in the search of Taylor's home, according to the suit in Eager. Although Taylor was killed nearly 2 months ago, her case gained national attention over the weekend after prominent activist Shaun King posted her story on social media. I found out through Dr. Boyce Watkins. King called the charges to be filed immediately against officers for Mayor Greg Fisher to intervene in that investigation, writing, "It's shameful that he hasn't It's shameful that he hasn't." King also called Governor Andy Beshear, whom he called a good man, to break his silence on the case. "Step up since nobody else will. It is shameful that this has carried on like this over the past month," King wrote. For weeks, the city treated Breonna like she was a criminal. Police literally called her a suspect, said that they killed a suspect for weeks until finally being forced to admit that they got the whole thing wrong. They had no drugs and they got the wrong people. She did everything right. Everything. And Change.org petition supporting Taylor and demanding changes against the officers had collected more than 2,000 signatures before 4 p.m. Monday. Representatives for Beshear did not return a request for comment Monday. Questions sent by email to Fisher's office about the search warrant and if the deaths could have been prevented were not immediately answered. Other city officials, including Metro Councilwoman Jessica Green, the first district, who chairs the Louisville Metro Council's Public Safety Committee, have called for leaders to condemn what occurred. Wait, other city including, okay, Jessica Green. I heard her name before. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Who chairs in the Metro have called for leaders to condemn what occurred. The reality is LMPD was wrong in this situation. An innocent woman was murdered in her home, Green said. If that isn't the type of thing to sicken somebody, then I don't know what would be. Leadership requires getting out in front of things and not just acting like it never happened or letting it play out. Another councilwoman, Keisha Dorsey, I'm not going to say what I was going to say, posted on Facebook that she's calling on the prosecutors to drop all charges against Walker and on Fisher to demand that LMPD create a clear policy on executing warrants and police identification, as well as for all police divisions to wear body cameras. Green said she took her 10-year-old son, who loves running, out on a Friday to run the 2.23 miles in honor of Ahmaud Arbery, who was killed on February 23rd. It is not easy to be a black person in this country, even in Louisville, home of Muhammad Ali. People sometimes forget that the idea that you can be killed even when you're doing everything right is just sickening. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna send at Tessa Duvall an email or a message to thank her for her honest coverage of the story of Breonna Taylor. And I'll put a link to the article down in the description box. This reminds me of the girl in Texas, Atiana Jefferson. Atiana Jefferson. That's who it reminds me of in Fort Worth, Texas. This shit is getting real ill. Like, you could be strapped up in everything, but if a motherfucker really want to come, you know, She was in the room in her home asleep with her boyfriend, and these cocksucking bitches kicking the door looking for drugs. They didn't get no drugs, but they got a body though. And it makes me wonder, what was the real intent? Was the intent to harvest her organs? Was the real intent to do something else? Like, you can't be that much of a fucking idiot. Like, the Three Stooges done came into her home and murdered her. And it's like, you're gonna try to charge the boyfriend on some bullshit because you fucked up? I hope all three of you bitches rot in hell, and I hope all your children never become shit. There wasn't not a march. They swept this under the rug. Um, I haven't heard nothing else about this. So that's why I'm doing my due diligence, and I'm going to send this to people that I watch, like Lovely T, Seji Hito, all um, the black YouTubers that I watched, and in hopes that they cover this story. Because not only did they murder her while she was in her own home doing what she was supposed to be doing, they label her a motherfucking suspect because she's a black woman. I'm gonna need these bitches. Where is the new Black Panther Party when you fucking need them? And these niggas of the NOI or the FOI and all these hard niggas, like, where's the gangsters at? Like, where's these niggas like that talk all this shit? Cause I ain't seen not a man, not a nigga on deck. So that's what the fuck I'm talking about. Niggas talk all that big shit. I heard gunshots a few minutes ago, and I bet you they was shooting at another nigga. I bet you they wasn't riding for her. Like, these niggas is bitches, and I don't give a fuck. I'm dogs. I don't give a fuck. And you know, and them raggedy ass pigs, I hope you burn in hell. I hope you never get a day's sleep. I hope your nights are fucked up. I hope you have the sleeping problems that I have, where you wake up 3 and 4 and 5 times in the same night. I hope you never get rest. I hope all your days is bad. I hope all the bad things happen to you and nobody else but fucking you. She was only 26. She was a good chick. And you fucking killed her while she was asleep. You're a bitch. I'm gonna get out of here. You know, I don't know what it's gonna take for us to get on deck. I don't know what it's gonna take. I don't know what it's gonna take. Like, I don't know anymore. I don't know. We done seen, we even got no enough fingers and toes. And that's just the last 5 years. Like, when is niggas gonna really get mad? Like, when is niggas really gonna, and let me tell you something. Just like I said in that other video, black men, you ain't gonna never win until you protect your own. You're gonna always be seen as the fucking loser. What it is. It's up to you. I'm leaving it there. If you watch to the end, youthebomb.com. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I mean, let me know. Am I bugging for saying fuck it then? If you don't give a fuck, well, you're a bitch and keeping it pushing. Like, I mean, like, really. Like, they show all these images of all these motherfuckers gathering together, but it seems as though to me, niggas only get together when it's a fucking problem. So when niggas is gonna get on deck on some real Black Panther shit? Like, that's what I want to know. Or are you niggas the ops too? Let me know what you think. Share if you care, share if you dare, especially if you're a motherfucking Care Bear. Make sure you find a picture of Breonna Taylor and you post her on your Instagram, and don't let her story just fade. They murdered her in her own fucking home. She was doing the right thing. She was laid up with her motherfucking boo, and they kicked in the door and killed her. And they labeled her a fucking suspect when she didn't do nothing but take her black ass to work and go to bed so she could get up and do the same shit the next day. I hope y'all don't leave me in the dust like that. I'm out.